Everyone, this is Mr. Aditya Dev, and he is, well, his education is from NIFT, and he's been very closely working with craftspeople and, uh, you know, designers and everything. And he also has his own labels. One is called Port. That's
Pro,
how you, sorry.
pro.
So one is that, and one is Maki Purani Sari, which I think is an amazing idea because he creates all his everybody who wants to recreate clothing out of your emotional bonds of your old pieces, and he creates them and he upcycles them, and that's a very interesting thing. So upcycling and close to environmental issues, so he's very strong about that. And he's also an avid stylist, and he loves to style people, and that's where he comes in here today. So he's joined us to tell you how um, styling is, and how does this matter, and how can you make money out of it, number one, which is very important. How can you become a stylist? And even more important is, as a stylist or as a designer, what is the psychology behind styling? What is the psychology behind um, choosing what colors you want, what silhouettes you wear? And styling is all about getting into a person's mindset, and that's what he is all about. So over to you, Aditya. I'm looking forward to a very interesting session,
Thank you.
and start.
All right. Okay. I welcome all of you guys. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes,
I'm
you
audible
are.
to. Oh, perfect. Okay. So I thank you so much for providing me this opportunity, ma'am. First of all, and well,
Yeah.
to understand styling, first of all, I want to
Aditya,
introduce.
just one second. Sorry, I'm budging in between a little. So I think we should go bilingual here. So we'll have to work both in English and Hindi.
Sure. Okay.
Right. Thank
चलेगा,
you.
चलेगा. Okay. सो पहले हम स्टाइलिस्ट की जॉब को या स्टाइलिस्ट को समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट अ स्टाइलिस्ट डू. सिंपल सिंपल सा एक फंडा है. अगर आप कुछ भी एक सिंपल से प्रोडक्ट को 10 तरह से प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. इफ यू कैन इमेजिन वन सिंगल प्रोडक्ट and that can be presented into 10 or maybe many other different ways. That's a styling's job. You can create one thing from one thing only, many multiple things. For example, एक basic white shirt लेते हैं. Let's take a basic white shirt and let's imagine it. Maybe someone wants to wear it with a black pants, and suddenly there's an image that comes that probably this person would be a lawyer, this person would be in a serious job, this person wants to take their job very seriously because the combination is such. आपने उस तरह को उस तरह से प्रेजेंट किया है. एंड इफ यू चेंज द कंट्रास्ट एंड आप उसको हॉट पिंक के साथ में अगर कंबाइन कर देंगे, the whole perception of that white shirt will change suddenly. That will become like, person is very poppy, person is very fun, outgoing, rebellious. And that is the whole idea of styling. Styling changes the whole perception. आपका पूरा परसेप्शन चेंज हो जाता है. आपका आप किस तरह से ऑडियंस को प्रेजेंट कर रहे हो, वो पूरा का पूरा चेंज हो जाता है. जैसे आप अपने आप को पहन रहे हो, जैसे आप अपने आप को पब्लिकली प्रेजेंट करने चाह रहे हो. एंड दैट इज व्हाट अ स्टाइलिस्ट जॉब इज, टू मेक श्योर जब आप पब्लिक अपीयरेंसेस कर रहे हैं, जहां पर भी आप जा रहे हैं, स्पेशली व्हेन यू आर टारगेटिंग सेलिब्रिटी स्टाइल एज अ सेलिब्रिटी स्टाइलिस्ट, तो आपकी इमेज, आपकी कपड़े आपको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं कि आप क्या बोलना चाह रहे हैं. समटाइम्स इट्स very important to be quiet and just to make a statement by wearing something so phenomenal. Uh, Lady Gaga comes to my mind when she wore that meat dress back in Grammy Award. It was a phenomenon when she wore that, and she was outrageous. उसको उनको इतना उसके लिए लैशबैक भी मिला था because she wore a meat dress, but it was a crazy moment, fashion moment था एक वो, और उनके स्टाइलिस्ट ने इतनी इंटरेस्टिंगली प्रेजेंट किया था that किसी को डिस्गस्ट फील नहीं हुआ था for fashion people. Of course, PETA had a different contribution to that part, but वो जरूरी भी था क्योंकि there's a friction always relate तभी एक phenomenon create होता है अगर friction नहीं होगा. So but it did the job best. वो एक movement create जरूर कर दिया गया था. So simply अगर हम समझने की कोशिश करें, so stylist की job तो यही है to create a phenomenon, especially जब आप celebrity stylist बनना चाहते हैं, to create a phenomenon that people go crazy what you guys are wearing, what anyone is wearing. So that is one thing. And now moving on, how to enter into the market or how to understand that you can network, or how to approach people, how to approach designers, how to approach PR firms, how to approach other stylists as well, because collabs होते हैं, आपकी stylist के साथ में एक पूरी टीम है, आपके मेकअप आर्टिस्ट होते हैं, आपके पास में फोटोग्राफर्स होते हैं. करंट टाइम में हम सोशल मीडिया के टाइम पे है तो एक रील बनाना, हर पोस्ट को एक इतना इंटरेक्टिवली बनाना, बिहाइंड द सीन्स, कहाँ से किस तरह से वो गारमेंट बन के आ रहा है, किस डिजाइनर्स ने बनाया है, मे बी स्टाइलिस्ट ने ही बनाया है. अभी इन करंट टाइम्स स्टाइलिस्ट भी डिजाइन कर रहे हैं, स्पेशली नॉट इन इंडिया राइट नाउ बट इन फॉरेन कंट्रीज a lot of stylists have turned themselves to one second to designers.
Share your PPT?
Sorry, ma'am.
You want to share a PPT?
Yes, ma'am. I am looking for that. Only 1 second.
So I'll help you. If you look down, there is a share button there, a green color.
No, I'm looking for my presentation. Just that's all.
Sorry. Okay, because you were trying to read. I thought maybe you want to,
No. I have written things, and that's something else as well.
Sure. Okay.
I'm just looking for that presentation. Actually, as you know, my Mac doesn't provide me a lot of, so I have to upload it somewhere else. Give me a minute. Let me check it.
Sure.
Otherwise, I will continue without the presentation. One second. Meanwhile, I can discuss networking. Networking is very important in a stylist job because you have to understand that without networking, without making contacts, you cannot reach out to designers, you cannot reach out to photographers, you cannot reach out to models and celebrities as well. And pitching is very important. The right pitch makes the entire change. If you do not know how to talk, अपने आप को कैसे प्रेजेंट करना है, कैसे बात करनी है, कैसे लोगों के पास में पहुंचना है, वो एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर है समझने के लिए, जानने के लिए, ताकि आप अपने आप को अच्छे से पिच कर पाएं, आप पहुंच पाएं उन लोगों के पास में. फॉर एग्जांपल, इवन इफ यू हैव टू रीच आउट टू अ डिजाइनर, अगर आपको किसी डिजाइनर से कुछ सोर्स करना है, सोर्सिंग इज बेसिकली आस्किंग देम टू गिव अ पीस. उनसे कुछ आपको कोई कपड़ा चाहिए, उनका कोई गारमेंट चाहिए जो कि आप एक किसी भी सेलिब्रिटी को पहनाना चाहते हैं, तो आप जाकर के खरीद नहीं सकते. हमेशा हम जनरली बोरो सिस्टम से लेते हैं उनसे, वी सोर्स फ्रॉम देम, हम फिटिंग करवाते हैं उसकी अपने डिजाइन, अपने मॉडल के लिए, अपने स्टाइल उसके लिए, सेलिब्रिटी के लिए, वो पहनते हैं एंड देन इट गोज बैक. क्योंकि इफ विल स्टार्ट एक्सपेंडिंग सेलिब्रिटीज के लिए स्पेशली, क्योंकि उनकी प्रेजेंटेशन, उन्हें हर वक्त कहीं ना कहीं जाना होता है, एंड दे हैव टू बी एब्सोल्युटली प्रेजेंटेबल ऑल द टाइम, so they cannot always buy clothes. It's a way of barter. उनका भी काम हो जाता है, स्टाइलिस्ट का भी काम हो जाता है, डिजाइनर का भी काम हो जाता है. डिजाइनर को अपना नाम प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए मिल जाता है, that XYZ wore that cloth, you know, like let's say Kangana Ranaut wore someone's clothes, or any Ranveer Singh wore, like recently. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Recently, Ranveer Singh wore a white outfit with heels, and it became a phenomenon. People are talking about it. Kaise Ranveer Singh wore a heel, Ranveer Singh wore a heel, Ranveer Singh wore a heel, and it's been a phenomenon like that. So that stylist job was pitch perfect, because again he created a phenomenon that people are talking about it. So yeah, that is something very, very important to understand. Second, okay. I think my presentation is broken a bit, so I'm gonna continue without presentation, ma'am. Is that fine?
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool. So I am sure that we wanted to understand stylist का job तो हमने समझ लिया है. What exactly we will be doing if someone becomes a celebrity stylist or someone wants to get into that career. सबसे पहले we have understood what would be your job like. It will be a lot of hustle. आपको हमेशा भागना होगा, you know. कभी आपको सुई, आपके हाथ में सुई धागा होगा permanently. You will be pinning a lot of things. You will be doing डबल साइडेड टेप्स के साथ में फिक्सिंग कर रहे हैं, आप में ज्वेलरी फिक्स कर रहे हैं, शूज को फिट कर रहे हैं. सो स्टाइलिस्ट की जॉब में इट्स नॉट जस्ट कपड़े, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द एंटायर लुक. बैग भी होगा उसमें, एक्सेसरीज भी होंगी, ज्वेलरी भी होगी, शूज भी होंगे, रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ शेड्स और ग्लासेस, वॉचेस, makeup, hairstyle, hair accessories, everything and anything, that one look, that one ensemble is the right word, assembly of all the things together, that one presentation is a stylist job, to put those pieces together and put those pieces together in a way that they look different. मैं एक डिजाइनर हूँ, मैंने एक शर्ट डिजाइन की थी, उसका विजन मेरे दिमाग में कुछ और, मैंने उसको चाहा था कि मैं एक मॉडल पे पहनाऊं कुछ ऐसा, ऐसे हेयर स्टाइल के साथ में, XYZ मेकअप के साथ में. नाउ अ स्टाइलिस्ट जॉब इज टू रीविजन इट, उसको एक अलग विजन के साथ में प्रेजेंट करना है उसको, कि कैसे वो ही एक सिंपल शर्ट या कुछ भी अलग तरह से कैसे प्रेजेंट हो सकती है. That, as I gave the example, that white shirt can be worn with pink pants, and same with black pants, or for that matter a blue jeans. You know, it's a classic combination. Blue jeans and white shirt is a classic combination जो कि हम सबको पता है, चल रहा है, चलता हुआ आ रहा है, that will never fail. So that comes in the category of classics, where you know that is something permanent, that never fades with time. It is a classic combination. सब हर किसी को वो समझ में आता है, हर किसी को समझ में ये भी आता है दैट दिस पर्सन हैज पुट अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ एफर्ट टू मेक श्योर कि वो एक क्लासिक कैटेगरी ऑफ क्लोथिंग में फिट हो जाए. As soon as you change the bottoms, as soon as you change the pants ka color, the entire idea changes, and there the color theory comes in help. अगर आपको कलर्स की नॉलेज है, कलर कॉम्बिनेशंस की नॉलेज है, which color combination at which occasion will look good, will change the entire look. So if you are going for a evening, let's say you are going for a luncheon, or if you are sending someone for luncheon, you would want them to wear something in pastels, in whites, in light colors. You would not give them dark shades like browns or blacks or navy. Those are evening colors. You can play with them. You can definitely play with them in a way that they look subdued, वो थोड़े light presentation दे. But अगर वो कलर बहुत ही ज़्यादा predominating होगा, अगर वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा भड़कीला होगा, तो उस एनवायरनमेंट में वो फिट नहीं होगा. उस एनवायरनमेंट में फिट करने के लिए, उस एनवायरनमेंट की इथोस, उस एनवायरनमेंट के फीलिंग को समझने के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप क्या कलर पिक कर रहे हैं, क्या प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहे हैं. यू कैन वेयर डार्क कलर, बट लाइक in English funerals, people wear black in the morning, but that is for a reason. Black color has a reason of mourning, but you would not wear it for a luncheon. आप लंच पे नहीं पहनोगे इसको, क्योंकि लंच इज अ ग्रीटिंग, इज अ फन, is a mingling conversation. Black draws that line. You know, black is a very strong color. Black एक बाउंड्री ड्रॉ कर देता है कि मैं बहुत profound हूँ, मैं, you know, I am taking myself seriously, I'm a remarkable person. So that is why a lot of people, lawyers wear black, because it makes them look profound. It makes, and they have to fight their cases, so they have to look that strong, and that is why they may wear that contrasting colors, black and white, the most contrasting color ever. And you cannot wear that to a luncheon. You cannot wear those contrasting color, because you want to make sure that you are a approachable person, because you want to greet, you want to meet, you want to talk. आपको लोगों से बात करनी है, आप लोगों से अप्रोच करना चाहते हैं, and that is how you want to present yourself, and that is why you will not wear darker colors, and so on, so on. If you are going for a evening, evening का event है, आप वहाँ पे वो dark color पहनना चाहें, क्योंकि evenings become more subdued. evenings में आप अपने आप को posh, एक हाई स्टैंडर्ड, एक मोर सोफिस्टिकेटेड वे में प्रेजेंट करना चाहते हैं. So that becomes very important, that what kind of colors that you choose and what kind of way you are presenting yourself. All right. So that is something that is important for a stylist to understand, how one is presenting, one is choosing the colors. क्या accessories हैं, क्या किस समय पहनना है, किस कलर को पिक करना है, क्या कॉम्बिनेशंस हैं. A white and beige combination is a very how do we say it these days, old money look, like, and a flashy combination, let's say white and olive is a flashy combination, is a different but flashy combination. Present कहाँ से वो सोच आ रही है, कहाँ से क्या पहना जा रहा है, किस तरह से उसने अपने आप को सोचा है. So it is important what kind of colors and combination one is picking, because it changes the entire psyche and entire thinking. There was something very important that has to be understood, understood in this thing, that is, how do you approach networking, कैसे कर सकते हैं आप लोग. Very very important thing is that you have to go to events. Networking सिर्फ सोशल मीडिया के थ्रू ही नहीं, आप इतने सारे इवेंट्स होते हैं, स्पेशली इन मेट्रो सिटीज लाइक दिल्ली, बॉम्बे, कैलकाटा, वेयर जहाँ पर भी ऐसे इवेंट्स होते हैं. Going there, if it is possible to get a pass, if it is possible to enter through it, very good. Pass के लिए भी you have to become a more जुगाड़ी person. जुगाड़ is the key in India. So you have to understand कि आप कैसे बैक बोरो या स्टील कर सकते हैं लोगों से passes और पहुंच सकते हैं, क्योंकि you cannot just enter into the world without knowing anyone. So making contacts through social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, working with people, interning with people, knowing people, making sure that your approach is confident as well as humble. आप जब भी किसी से अप्रोच के लिए अप्रोच कर रहे हैं तो एक हम्बल सॉफ्टनेस और पोलाइटनेस के साथ में अगर आप अप्रोच करेंगे तभी आप उन चीज़ों को समझ पाएंगे और ऑपोजिट पर्सन भी आपको एक प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए तैयार रहेगा, वो आपको एक्सेप्ट करेगा आपसे बात करने के लिए, बिकॉज एवरीवन इज नॉट रेडी टू मिंगल विद एनीवन एंड एवरीवन. सो वो समझना जरूरी है कि आप कैसे अपने आप को पिच कर रहे हैं, कैसे आप जा रहे हैं. सो अटेंडिंग ऑल दीज मेजर इवेंट्स, बी दैट आर्ट इवेंट, एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग की फैशन और स्टाइलिंग is a bigger umbrella, it comes under a bigger umbrella, जिसमें कि आपके आर्ट इवेंट्स, आपके आर्किटेक्चर इवेंट्स, आपके कोई भी ऐसा इवेंट्स है जहाँ पर वो एक क्रीम और उस तरह के क्राउड आता है, जहाँ पर लोग कनेक्शंस बनाते हैं, जहाँ पर डिजाइनर्स आते हैं, जहाँ पे स्टाइलिस्ट आते हैं, वो इम्पोर्टेंट बन जाता है. सो making sure that you enter to such events via passes, even if you have to spend some money, आप लोगों को शायद passes खरीद के जाना पड़े. Like अभी recently जैसे दिल्ली में इंडिया आर्ट फेयर हुआ था, it is important to go there and make and meet people and to see art as well for inspiration, because regardless of making contacts, inspiration is also very important. आप एक लुक को किस तरह से रिक्रिएट करना चाहते हैं, what is trending, what everyone is wearing, how everyone is wearing, वो भी बहुत important part है एक स्टाइलिस्ट की जॉब का. To understand, to see इस वक्त क्या चल रहा है and how you can stand out, how you can make sure that whatever you will wear or whatever you will make someone wear will stand out. So making contacts and networking is a slow step, but it is a very, very important step, and that can only happen with multiple layers. बार बार कहीं जाने से, बार बार लोगों से मिलने में, मेकिंग श्योर यू मेक दैट इम्प्रेशन कि आप अपने आप को जब भी कहीं भी प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, आप उस तरह से प्रेजेंट करें कि सामने वाला आपको याद रखे, आप अप्रोचेबल लगे, और आपको कभी उनसे हेल्प चाहिए हो या उनको आपसे हेल्प चाहिए हो, वो एक रिमार्क दोनों के नजरिए में दोनों को याद रहे. Alright, I think I'm going at a very fast pace, so I would take a break for questions if someone has any queries. Meanwhile, anyone have any question?
I have
No?
stuff.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. No, so I'm primarily I'm intrigued and I'm wanting to understand uh, how does colors play a part? What skin tone, what colors, what is the basics of styling? You know, I'm pretty intrigued on that also.
All right. Okay. So okay, first let's understand the basic of style. So let's say we all are working in offices, right? But we want कि हम लोगों को एक, हर कोई जब हम सुबह एंटर करे ऑफिस में तो वो एक अलग आई से देखे, क्योंकि हमने बहुत अच्छे से अपने आप को प्रेजेंट किया है. सो सिंपल, एज आई वाज टेलिंग, एक सिंपल कॉम्बिनेशन, कलर कॉम्बिनेशन ही चेंज कर देता है, एंड दैट कम्स विद इन. वो एक ऐसी चीज है दैट कलर कॉम्बिनेशन, कलर थ्योरी इज मोर ऑफ अ हिडन ट्रायल मेथड, जो आप अपने ऊपर, स्पेशली इफ यू आर डूइंग इट फॉर योरसेल्फ, is something that you do it with time, with approaching. Now, combinations in terms of what kind of colors what kind of combinations that you are creating in terms of silhouettes. Body type को अपना समझना बहुत जरूरी है. What is your body type? What is your color tone? As you have asked, if you are more towards beige shade, maybe avoid wearing striking colors, striking white, striking black or very deep colors. एकदम proper pure hues बहुत pop up करते हैं. So always mix colors, always mix, wear different shades. And there's something that I think I want to recommend personally, especially with brown skins like us. I don't know why we don't wear browns, but browns actually look good on us. Like tobacco green, beige, uh, chocolate brown, they look phenomenal on us. So with that, combining a little light mauve or mocha mousse, ऐसे colors को अगर आप combination में बनाते हैं, they look very good. And with the light accessories, maybe a good watch, maybe a good necklace, hairstyling, they look amazing that way. So color combination, getting back to that question now, color combination something I for personal use is a hidden track. आप रोज सुबह अपने आप को शीशे में देखिए और ट्राई करिए, it will look amazing. I hope I helped that way.
Yes, but I'll also like to add because I've in my experience, what we have always learned is, and this is for everybody. Try and see it. Okay, so you take your wrist and take a look at. Wait, I see if I can switch on my camera. Well, I can't. The host has disabled me. Anyways, you can take a look at your wrists and the vein color. Okay, so if your vein colors are blues, then there is a cold tone. If they are yeah, blues and violets, yes. And if there is a green, then you are a little sorry. The violet and blue is warmer. The greens are cooler. So you wear cool colors if it is green, and if it is blue and purple, then you should wear warm colors. So that kind of brings out your skin tone. So because skins are also this color, right? So
That's a
it's a
very interesting.
testing. One of the designers, we were talking, and then she had told me this one fact. So I thought I should share it as well.
That's
So
very
there's
interesting.
another question. Ankita is asking how to do trend forecasting or how to understand current trends.
Okay, well, trend forecasting is a very huge genre. For that, we definitely take help from WGSN and all the trend forecasting from Steel and XYZ. There are many trend forecasting websites. But understand you to understand that better, following all the runway shows that happen all across the globe. New York Fashion Week, London Fashion Week, Seoul Fashion Week, India Fashion Week, wherever whatever is happening, constantly उनको टैप करना बहुत जरूरी है. क्या हो रहा है ऑल अक्रॉस द ग्लोब और इंडिया में भी जानना बहुत जरूरी है. और उसके लिए इट्स वेरी इजी. थैंकफुली सोशल मीडिया इतना ज्यादा बूम हो चुका है कि आपको कहीं पे भी फिजिकली प्रेजेंट होने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू जस्ट टाइप इट ऑन यूट्यूब, यू विल गेट एंटायर शोज. उस शोज पे अगर आप थोड़ा सा और टैप करोगे, आप वो की वेबसाइट पे जाओगे या एल की वेबसाइट पे जाओगे, आपको पूरे स्टिल्स मिल जाएंगे उन शोज के. रिव्यूज मिल जाएगा आपको, क्या किसी जो मेजर स्टाइलिस्ट हैं या जो इंडस्ट्रीज के बड़े बड़े उस औहदे पे बैठे हुए लोग हैं, वो अपना क्या रिव्यू दे रहे हैं, वो भी आपको मिल जाएगा. So it's I mean, it's very easy for someone to understand those trends. And trends को समझने के लिए सिंपल सा फंडा है, आप डिटेल्स पे काम करिए. जब भी आप कोई भी चीज कुछ भी किसी को भी देख रहे हैं, for that matter, it's something for a stylist especially, it should be a day to day job कि आप कोई भी किसी ने भी क्या पहना हुआ है टॉप टू बॉटम, आपको फ्रैक्शन में समझ जाना चाहिए. क्या कलर्स पहने हुए हैं, क्यों स्टाइल किया हुआ है, कैसे किया हुआ. योर ऑब्जर्वेशन हैज टू बी दैट क्रेजी. क्विक ऑब्जर्वेशन होनी चाहिए आपकी आपकी आप क्विकली किसी को भी कुछ भी समझ सकें. दैट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. So, and that can only happen when you see, you observe, and you absorb. है ना? Just खाली देखने से कुछ नहीं होता, आपको absorb भी करना है. Like that brings me to a very funny story of a bride that I was styling. उसकी वेडिंग से पहले उसको कुछ पता ही नहीं था वो क्या पहनने वाली है, क्योंकि मैं उसके कपड़े डिजाइन कर रहा था और हम लेट हो चुके थे बहुत. Also, because and she works for a, ये रिश्ता क्या कहलाता है, yes, she works for that show. और उनको किसी एक शादी पे कुछ पहनना था, एंड शी डिडंट हैव एनी आइडिया कि वो क्या पहन रही हैं, क्योंकि जो डिजाइनर से मैंने सोर्स किया था वो काफी लेट हो चुका था. एंड जहाँ उनको वेन्यू पे पहुंचना था, हम वहाँ पहुंचे वो कपड़े लेकर के. अनफॉर्चुनेटली शी वाजंट हैप्पी विद दैट, बट जुगाड़ केम टू माय वे. हम लोगों ने उनका हेयर स्टाइल पूरा चेंज कर दिया जो हमने पहले डिस्कस किया था. एंड unfortunately, no, 1 second, I will share my 1 second, I might have it on Instagram, so I will, allow me a minute. So what we did, we understood that what was the problem, why she was unhappy, and we did change the look. We did understand कि ये और कैसे रेक्टिफाई हो सकता है, एंड वाज वेरी स्कैरी बट वेरी फनी स्टोरी. क्योंकि हमें उस वक्त तो ऑब्वियसली हम डरे हुए थे बिकॉज मेरी एंटायर टीम कि क्या होने वाला है, शी इज गोना येल विद एट अस. और उनको एक बहुत बड़ा इवेंट अटेंड करना था, तो वहां पे उनकी प्रेजेंटेशन उनकी भी खराब होगी, स्पेशली एज वेल एज हमारा भी नाम बदनाम होगा, क्योंकि हम क्या पहन रहे हैं, हम कैसे प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, वो समझ नहीं आएगा किसी को भी. सो या, आई एम गोना शेयर दिस फाइल नाउ.
So while you're sharing that, let me also add in a bit because since we teach forecasting and everything here. So let me just, I'm here on video. Okay. So, what we have been talking about right now for fashion forecasting. Now, number one, there are forecasting websites that you can look at, and they kind of tell you everything about what's in, what print, what colors, etc. So yes, that's very important. That's a technical thing, but it's global, and it does not come as an Indian scenario per se, because all these forecasting websites will probably just tell you uh, in general for the Western world and Asia towards maybe Japan and things like that. But for India, we can't really have a forecast because whenever we dress up for occasions, and occasions are usually cultural, and cultural means it's more you know कोई हमारा शादी है या कोई पूजा है या कोई त्योहार है, और हम लोग हमेशा उसी कलर्स में जाते हैं. सो अब होली आ रही है, so होली में everybody who's into more conscious styling will always be in white, because that brings a very nice photo op. So as stylists, we need to understand कि हमारे photo ops कैसे आएंगे, हमारा backdrop क्या होगा, which you will also have a little bit of understanding when you learn photography, because आपके फ्रेम कैसा दिखेगा टोटली. बिकॉज हम लोग स्टाइलिंग इसीलिए करते हैं ना, स्पेशली सेलिब्रिटी स्टाइलिंग इज व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग पिक्चर्स, हाउ डू यू लुक. सो आपका बैकड्रॉप क्या होना चाहिए, आपका लुक क्या होना चाहिए, कलर कॉन्ट्रास्ट बैकड्रॉप और तुम्हारे में क्या होना चाहिए. So something like that. So people like to wear denims with whites or all whites usually, because जब colors आते हैं it kind of looks nicer. So we are very drawn uh, towards our cultural instincts when forecasting is concerned. But अगर आपको everyday wear चाहिए या street wear चाहिए or something, I think what I always follow, and I tell my students to follow, and it's a project that we kind of give it to them, you just go sit somewhere in a marketplace. आप जनपद जाइए, आप सरोजनी जाइए, ओके, आप किसी ऐसी मार्केट में जाइए, बिकॉज आई एम सेइंग स्पेसिफिकली जनपद एंड सरोजनी बिकॉज यू गेट ऑल दीज नॉक ऑफ्स इन surplus from the brands. So people who
understand brands, who know brands, I wouldn't say understand, who knows brands, will want to pick up something cheaper from that brand. तो वो उनको स्टाइल थोड़ा तो उनको समझ आता है, लेकिन they don't want to spend so much money. तो आप वहां पे जाइए, click pictures and you see, click pictures and understand किसी के फुटवेयर क्या है, एक्सेसरी क्या है, बैग्स कौन से कैरी कर रहे हैं, शर्ट्स क्या पहना है, पैंट्स क्या पहना है, ड्रेसेस क्या पहना है, हेयर डूज क्या है. You will, when you take these pictures and spread it on a table, you'll see a lot of commonalities. And then you do it another market and another market. Then maybe you go to a select city walk where better brands are there. Maybe you go to promenade. So you will also understand what kind of markets. So teenagers and youngsters will probably be seen in Sarojini's in Janpat, and to some extent select also. But select में आपको थोड़े से higher थॉट प्रोसेस वाले या हायर इनकम ग्रुप वाले मिलेंगे. और अगर आप प्रोमेनाड जाते हैं तो बिल्कुल ही दे आर लाइक गुड मनी पीपल. उनका थॉट प्रोसेस क्या है, उनके स्टाइलिंग क्या है. सो इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग वे टू फाइंड आउट कि ये स्टाइलिंग में कॉमनैलिटीज क्या है. And I'm not saying celebrity styling, I'm just talking about general everywhere styling. I'm talking about streetwear styling. So that's where you pick up from. So forecasting, yes, is very important, but so is the actual market scenarios.
I totally agree with ma'am, and to add on to that, as ma'am mentioned, कि cultural जो एक हमारे ऊपर phenomenon है, that we are so influenced by everything that is happening around us in day to day. हम लोग क्या, like we have an entire calendar. जो आपके brands भी है, वो actually festivities के हिसाब से calendar design करते हैं. Like there are summer, spring, and winter collection, but there is always festive season. जब भी दिवाली पे there's an entire collection that is dedicated just for us to look festive, to enjoy those festivities. And हर एक region में India is so huge, and हर एक region में there's so many different ways that we are celebrating one single day. So वो एक cultural effect भी है. Me being मैं यूपी का हूँ, तो मेरे अंदर वो यूपी वाला इफेक्ट आता है, बिकॉज मुझे धोती पहनना पसंद है, इसीलिए मैं ड्रेप कर सकता हूँ धोती. एंड आई हैव आल्सो पिक्ड अ लॉट ऑफ स्टाइल्स फ्रॉम पीपल फ्रॉम villages, from local communities. The way they are styling their turban, the way they are pinning their hair, it is so interesting to wear, to look at. And it helps to put India, it helps to put our culture in that platform as well. आप अपने देश को अगर या आप अपनी कंट्री को उस तरह से रिप्रेजेंट भी कर रहे हैं, तो इट बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू ब्रिंग दैट कल्चरल इनपुट एंड मेकिंग इट ग्लोबल. एंड दैट इज हैपनिंग. आई मीन राहुल मिश्रा का अगर आप काम देखें, या फिर कोई अभी रिसेंट जो डिजाइनर्स है, दे आर मेकिंग इंडिया ग्लोबल. दे आर मेकिंग इट a global presentation now. It's not limited to just India. So that is something one can look at, and that makes a very important impact. That's a very impactful work one can do.
Right, I agree to that.
Shall I share my
Yes, please.
So yeah, I was talking about Shirin, and so one second. Can you see my screen?
Nope. You need to keep that file open, and
File is open.
Need to go to this green button that is showing at the bottom, which says share. Can you see the button there?
Yeah, I can. 1 second. It's not letting access the file.
Ankita, I hope we've been able to answer your question, huh? Let me know if you need any other clarification on this.
Oh, can we see now?
Yes, it's, yeah.
So yeah, so Shirin is a influencer now. She used to work for Ye Rishta Kya Kehlata Hai back in 2000, I think 12 or 13. So it was a function. She had to wear something for an evening. उनके एक कजन की वेडिंग थी एंड शी हैड नो आइडिया हमने क्या सोर्स किया है उनके लिए क्योंकि बहुत एंड मूवमेंट पे हुआ था. सो दिस हैपेंस वेरी ऑफन विद सेलिब्रिटीज. दे विल गिव यू अ कॉल जस्ट लाइक 3 days ago, हमें ये चाहिए एंड you have to you have to source everything. So look at this then. So this is what we gave it to her. We changed their hairstyle. उनको पता नहीं था, हम पहले बन बनाने वाले थे बट क्योंकि हमें जो हेड पीस था वो उनको अच्छा नहीं लगा. दैट इज व्हाई वी चेंज द लुक. आउटफिट वाज फाइन. फिटिंग में अगर इफ यू विल सी, फिटिंग में इशू है ना. एंड दैट इज समथिंग that we could have worked better if the time was given to us. So it is very important to understand our problems as well as mistakes as well. यहाँ पर अगर आप ब्लाउज देखोगे वो फिटिंग में नहीं आ रहा है बट एंटायर लुक, इफ समवन वांट्स टू लुक एट इट, it is looking nice. Overall a picture is nice. She looked presentable. Only people with great observation can understand that there are issues. Otherwise the picture is fine. The pictures look good. Her makeup matches. Her eyes look good. Jewelry is on point. Hairdo is on point. That was the entire purpose. That is the entire purpose of look that you want to create. That at the end of the day, the picture should look good. With that, I also want to share one more work that I have done previously. 1 second. This was. Can you see? Everyone can see.
Yes, sir. We can.
So the theme of this project was Horn Okay Please. It was inspired from the truck art. And so there are so many elements that we have picked and we have combined it with the Indian culture. हमने वो दोनों चीजों को कंबाइन किया. हमें इंडियन वेयर चाहिए था. द प्रोजेक्ट असाइनमेंट वाज कि हमें इंडियन वेयर चाहिए विद द एस्थेटिक्स ऑफ ट्रक आर्ट. सो अब अगर आप इस पिक्चर में देखोगे, सच अ क्वर्की पिक्चर. जैसा ट्रक आर्ट होता है तो वो इथोस आ रहे हैं, वो एसेंस आ रहा है, वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ रही है. इसलिए कलर कॉम्बिनेशन भी अगर आप देखोगे कितने पॉपी हैं. You know, they are not regular color. No one will wear it on a regular day to day, but it's very poppy. हमने एक केटल को पेंट किया था. नॉर्मल चाय, टपरी वाली चाय को, केटल को हमने पेंट करके उसको एक बैग की तरह कन्वर्ट कर दिया था. Then there's नथनी, just to add that Indian touch. चोटियां रखी हैं to give that juvenile, to give that nutcut, to give that very girlish charm with small danglers. और hand painted था ये पूरा outfit. I will show more images. So yeah, this was the look. Okay. Pants again, thoda Banjara look with kettle, backless cutout thing. Naughtiness है थोड़ी, एक chirpiness है उसके चेहरे पे. What pictures, it is important what kind of expression also the model is giving or the person that is wearing. They should know how to carry it, the piece itself, and the whole environment that the picture would create. So and something again, थोड़ा naughtiness है, पूरा presentation आ रहा है. It's a sari pant with a blouse, and that's all about this look. It has those elements of chirpiness, that idea that is coming from truck art, as well as a combination of Indian aesthetics with the hand paints, with Banjara embroidery, hand embroidery, with your nathani and everything. So one simple garment can be perceived in that way. And one more assignment I can show you related to that, which was this. Now, it was a studio assignment. We wanted to create something related to women, related to their journey, related to their understanding how they've been perceived. And blue, as the name, and a lot of sayings say blue is associated with sadness, a lot of grief, and a lot of pain. And that is why this combination of different shades of blue, as you can see, backdrop में एक different blue है, यहाँ से एक different blue आ रहा है, outfit में एक different blue है, but to make it pop out, her face and her hair are different. उसके hair को हमने थोड़ा maroonish tone पे किया है, थोड़ा burgundy color में use किया है, and that is why it is popping out, and this whole picture look more relaxed, more interesting. And the name of this picture, the shot, was Blue Cloak, that it is surrounded with sadness, and that is what we are trying to show. But she is still very strong and like a hardworking woman, and that is why she'll stay strong and fight with those fears or with those problems, and she'll go ahead. Next was, again, different shots. We have done a different eye for her in different ways. And you have to understand that styling is something that you can change at on point also, so some things you have to fix immediately on point when you are fitting at the camera, you are doing the shoot. Now second was this part where we have used fresh flowers, and the entire look, the set has been changing. You can see the blue is fading away and the black is coming to provide that contrast. So with the garment, उनके garment में भी अब पूरा black आ चुका है, उनकी stockings के अंदर हमने flower लिया है, like it's kind of a rebirth. So like वो अपने childhood को और अपने freshness को दोबारा से rebirth कर रही है, but she's hiding a lot of things. So look at the expression. If we will look at the expression also, it is intrigued. It's very interesting. It's not a happy face. It's like more of a thoughtful face. I'll just quickly go through this then. My internet is slow, and that is why it is taking longer to upload. Show pictures. So स्टूडियो शूट्स में कुछ लिमिटेशंस भी होती हैं जब आप स्टूडियो में काम कर रहे हो, आउटडोर में कर रहे होते हैं, सो आपको इन चीज़ों का भी ध्यान रखना होता है कि आप क्या कर रहे हैं क्या नहीं. This is one of my favorite shots. I really love this. She is wearing a white gown which is representing her probably the best day of her life, a wedding day, but she's wearing a blue veil which again represent sadness. और जो बुके भी है, जो टियारा भी जो उसने पहना हुआ, it's made out of dry flowers, representing maybe what she's entering into is not exactly a happy ending. It's not exactly a happy situation that she's entering into, and that is why the expression is very dull. Her hands are also blue. It's probably not the best day of her life, as predominantly told by everyone that शादी के बाद आपकी लाइफ अच्छी हो जाएगी. नहीं, जरूरी नहीं, हो सकता है वो ना हो. So that dilemma of a woman's mind on her wedding day is represented in this picture, and that is what we wanted to talk about and give, that a woman is having challenges and question marks every time she's taking a big step in her life, and that actually goes, कोई उसको recommend नहीं, कोई उसको समझ नहीं पाता है. सिर्फ a woman can understand it. That was the whole idea behind this series of shots of styling project. And that's all for this assignment. I'm going to stop sharing and continue with the presentation. Yes, I think we have a question. Okay, so ये तो हो चुका है. Yeah. So I guess we have covered most of the topics, ma'am. Do we have anything to ask? Anything?
No, sir. I think we are okay to go.
All right.
And before we do that, there's a couple of things that I wanted to add on to. Oh, wait, again. I wanted to add on that in styling, like Sir said, there's a story, and every styling project will need certain backgrounds and certain briefs that you've been given. So if it's a photo shoot, it has an entirely different style purpose to be done. If it's a celebrity who's attending an event, will be different. A celebrity attending a personal event will be very different. So when we say avant-garde and everything, they're walking the red carpets, they will go crazy in the creative bit of it, and they will want to talk about a designer that they're wearing, and the designer will put in a lot of effort in creating that look first. So putting that look together with the designer for a celebrity will be that. If it's a movie styling that you do, then you'll have to look at what kind of a background of, you know. So I was, in fact, talking to one of my classes yesterday. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, a lot of you have seen this movie called Chava. So it's a cult movie. It's a movie that goes back in the Aurangzeb time and Shivaji time. And then there's a scene where Aurangzeb's son Akbar, he comes to Chava, Shivaji's son, for joining hands against his father. So what, we were all watching it, and as somebody who's into this 24/7, I kind of noticed something, and I found it very funny because everybody was dressed in that era. The clothing, the headgears, and the footwear, everything was all in that era. But this guy walks in, Akbar walks in with his attire as Akbar, and he was wearing leather boots. And it made me laugh a lot because I was wondering, I said, Akbar wearing boots is like, a leather, which was a flaw. Of course, like Sir said, a lot of people don't understand it, so they don't notice it. But if you are there, you will notice. So the idea is that it requires a couple of things that, as a so if you go Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, that's another movie. Us movie made, dressings are very different. Somebody who's a businessman, the way he dresses up, the way he styles himself, versus somebody who's a poet and a very okay to go kind of a person. वो कितना casual dress up होता है, चप्पल पहनता है, loose pants पहनता है, so there's a difference. So that's the kind of styling one has to look into. So there's certain do's and don'ts that you need to learn and understand, and which would mean you'll have to understand skin tones, you will have to understand the body types and shapes, you will have to understand the silhouettes that matches and accentuates all the good parts of the body. And as a designer, I'd always say that a designer role is to camouflage all the flaws and highlight all the good parts of a person's body, because none of us have that perfect 10 figure. So कोई बहुत पतला होगा, कोई average होगा, किसी का there'll be flaws. They're never proportionate bodies as humans, and of course none of us are all models. So to make us look like models, to make us look nicer, that's the job of a designer, and also a stylist. And designer alone cannot be doing that. So if somebody's learning to be a designer, will have to learn how to style, because presentation matters, and somebody who's learning to style has to understand designing. So that's something that goes together. Of course, you will have to understand the forecasts, the trends, what's happening, what's not, what are the key elements that are used, what are the accessories that you need to do, how are those accessories getting done. So that's an important thing for you to understand as well. You should also look into um, where to source what from.
Hmm.
So if even if it's a celebrity, like sir mentioned earlier, the celebrities will never wear their own clothes, they will never buy clothes. Okay, so they're always collaborating. So you'll have to find the right person, the right designs, the right material, the right everything to barter with. Okay, so celebrities में तो 100% होता है. If you're styling for some, like one of my students, Garima, she does for all these. Well, the last project that she did was with Diljit Dosanjh, and she traveled with his shows everywhere. And the much looked at show, the last show that he did, she traveled, and all she had to do was style him and style the troupe who's dancing with him. अब वो एक यूनिफॉर्म बनता है, वो सब कुछ होता है, उसका लुक एंड फील, क्योंकि अब स्टेज पे कुछ जा रहा है तो उसका कलर पॉप्स कैसा होना चाहिए, so दिन में हो रहा है या रात में हो रहा है. So those understanding of a frame. So whenever we are looking at um you know uh, styling, the styling has to, whether it's being clicked professionally as a photo shoot, or is it a movie, or even if it's just a event pictures, it has to form a frame. And the muse is the body that you're trying to style. So you'll always have to look at it from a picture frame, which
Absolutely.
means you will have to understand photography also.
Yeah.
So what angle? So I teach brand management, so I can always tell you, if you see all these um, um, very high brands, high valued brands, अगर आप उनकी कोई भी pictures देखेंगे, there will always be a shot where it seems that the model is looking down at you and you are looking up at the model. So psychologically, you're creating that brand to be bigger than you. So that's also something that you need to understand. So there's a lot of things that comes together to understand styling. So in short, you'll have to really look at it from every angle possible, because आपका जो end product है, उस end product में आपकी lighting right होनी चाहिए, shadows कहाँ हैं कहाँ नहीं हैं, you want to use a yellow light or a blue light or a warm light or a white light, how do you neutralize it? Like sir said, ke hum browns, people like our skin tone, we usually move away from uh,
Brown.
browns. But yeah, browns are also a lot many shades and types. Now hum log neutrals bolte hai. So as a regular person, neutral will be black, white, and gray. But that's not how it is. All neutrals are, all colors can have neutrals. You can make a red into a neutral, you can make a green into a neutral. And to make, so that you will learn in your colors also. So when we do colors, that's what it's about. So agar aapko kisi bhi color ko neutralize karna hai, so you have to go directly opposite on the color wheel, whatever color. So agar red hai to red ka opposite green hai on the color wheel. So if you mix up red, if you want to neutralize red, you add a little bit of green and it'll become neutral. So if you have to neutralize green, then you will have to add a little bit of red to it. So if अगर आपको कोई combination मिल रहा है कि आपको red and green पहनना है, तो आप Christmas tree तो नहीं बन सकते ना.
Exactly.
You will have to, so you will have to add, neutralize, tone downs. So how are you doing that also is important. The color understanding is also extremely important. So this is what everybody is going to be learning. I think there is a question. Let me see. How do you explain your storytelling to celebrities to understand your point of view on themes? Ankita, the first thing I think you should understand is the brief that a celebrity will give you will be, this is the event that I'm going to, and I'm just talking only and only for a celebrity going for an event. Okay. So the celebrity is going to tell you, I'm going to Cannes, or I want to represent India. But India say, ye bhi ja rahe hai, this XYZ celebrities are also going. I need to stand out. So now it's up to you. You will have to tell them the storytelling. And that is where the designer that you shortlist will also come in, the whole story. Because आप एक डिजाइनर जो गारमेंट आपको देगा वो एक स्टोरी बताएगा. वो स्टोरी आपको आपकी सेलिब्रिटी के पर्सनालिटी से, आई मीन लाइक सर वाज सेइंग, अगर एक ऐश्वर्या राय जा रही है या एक रणवीर सिंह जा रहा है, दोनों की पर्सनालिटीज बहुत अलग है. सो आपको ब्रीफ दिया जाएगा कि भाई ये, सपोजिंग इट्स रणवीर सिंह, he'll be more experimental, he'll be a Lady Gaga of India.
Yeah.
तो आपको उस तरह से उसको दिखाना पड़ेगा, उसकी स्टोरी लाइन उस तरह से करनी पड़ेगी. नाउ फॉर हिम एन आबू जानी संदीप खोसला विल नेवर मेक एन आउटफिट बिकॉज दे आर वेरी क्लासी पीपल. उनके डिजाइन बहुत क्लासी होते हैं. आई एम नॉट सेइंग रणवीर सिंह इज नॉट क्लासी, but he's more flamboyant, he's more colorful, he's more outgoing.
He can present in a very, like, he has that ability to present himself in many different angles, and that is why we experiment a lot with him
and still look, he carries it well.
Exactly.
But अगर ऐश्वर्या राय के लिए करेंगे तो yes, I can envision Abujani Sandeep Khosla creating something for her.
Because she's a very feminine, very beautiful, graceful woman. So you cannot make her look very extravagant. And that's when she did a purple lipstick and she wore Michael Chino, I guess. I don't remember exactly. She didn't look good. So you have to understand what was looking good. Our stylist failed at that time. So it is very important to understand your setbacks as well.
Right. So the story you will have to make. Celebrity is not here to tell stories. You will have to convince them. You will have to create that story. And you will have to create it and in a manner where you have to tell them that this is how you will look better than the rest.
Yeah.
That's your work to create a story. Yes, Ankita? Have we helped? You can type it and say yes or no. Okay, so yes, thank you so much, Ankita. Any other questions, anybody? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and share a small presentation on what we do. And let me see. Yeah. Is this visible? Wait. Oh, yo, I can't do this in a slideshow.
No, there's on the upper culture animation के बाजू में.
Oh, nahi. Yeah. Where does this go? Okay. Cool. All right. So, like you all know, we are into design education and International College of Fashion. Our curriculum is designed and developed by NIDA Ahmedabad. And NISBAD is primarily the entrepreneurial thing. And we're also the management bit of it, where we teach the business, brand, all of that. That bit has been designed by IIT Delhi. Okay. Now, being a part of ICF will give you of course, a background of understanding of design through these curriculums that we've been designing. But the good bit is that because we are, uh, uh, autonomous, we have that freedom to upgrade ourselves every 6 months, and which means that you will never learn something which is obsolete. You will learn everything which is going to be up to date. The faculties that come and teach you at ICF, 90% of them are from the industry, and they're doing their businesses. Like Aditya sir, he runs his own business, he does styling, he does everything. So uh, his experience will be brought on all the faculty. Somebody's teaching you textile, somebody's teaching you fashion photography. Now, this guy who will teach you fashion photography is a documentary filmmaker. He's also shot Priyanka Chopra's first portfolio even before she started off. So, very experienced veterans in the industry. They understand the craft that they are teaching. They'll teach you really, really well. And of course, every one of you, whoever is joining in, will get placements. So we boast of 100% placements for all the students. We also boast a lot of entrepreneurial ventures starting. So if somebody is wanting to become a stylist, if you're working under somebody as an intern, yes, you will learn, but you will never make so much money. So it's a um, long journey for you to start making money. But if you're starting your own freelancing, then you take up small little projects, and after 3 projects or 4 projects, that's where you jump to money making. Okay, another example, another one of my students, Shanali, she's started with very small projects, very small designers ke paas jaake unka photo shoots karana, styling karana. So just started from there. And I think after 6 to 8 months, I had an opening with somebody who required, you know, a fashion stylist, and I thought of her. I said maybe she'd be looking for it, and because they were paying for an experienced, they were paying about 40,000 rupees. So I thought, oh, it's a good amount for her, 6 months out. So maybe she wanted. So we called her up and said, Shinali, would you be interested? She said, how much are they paying? I said, 40. She's saying, ma'am, I make 50 or 60,000 rupees on every project, and I'm handful of it right now. I I would like to decline it. And that made me very happy though. But yes, so starting your own ventures, that's something which I feel very deep about. And so that's what you're going to be learning at ICF as well. So look at it, and we have a couple of courses. One course is just basic designing, and here you will learn construction, you will learn illustration, pattern making, a little bit of textiles, and surface ornamentation is something which, printing, embroideries, how do you enhance a thing, and then draping and concepts and everything is also something that you will learn. So this is going to be a 12 months course, and this is going to be 3 days a week and 3 hours a class. Okay, so that's one program. The other one would be an advanced diploma. Now, advanced diploma is everything that you will learn as a designer, what I just discussed in a diploma program. But here, your designing will be a little more. You will get more advanced here. You will have more drapes. You will have more projects that you work on. And you will also get a certification or specialization. So if you want to take it up as apparel merchandising as your specialization, you can do that. If you would want to take styling as your, so you will be given a list of specializations that you get, and you will get a certificate from there as well. This again is a thrice a week program, and every day will be about 3 hours. And yeah, so we have limited seats. We have our next session starting soon, so you all can look at that. And professional diploma in fashion design and entrepreneurship, this is our premier program. Now, in this program, you will learn anything and everything that entails within the industry, which means you will learn a 360 degree of understanding in fashion design and business, which also means I'm not so sure if you all have really gone and done your footwork on what courses, etc., etc. But if you have, you would have realized that there are courses, there are different courses. There's fashion design, there is fashion management, there is textiles, there is accessory design, there is brand management, there is styling in photography, there is apparel merchandising, visual merchandising, retail management. There's plenty, right? So in this particular program, all these courses become your subject lines, which means if I want to start anywhere now, today we are talking about styling, and I said that if you want to understand styling, you will have to understand the DNA of design. I cannot be styling anybody and everybody के भाई चलो कहीं से भी कोई भी कपड़ा उठा लिया, कुछ भी पहना दिया, but I have to see कि कौन सा silhouette मेरे को match हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, you know, how are things happening? So I need to understand that. Now when I'm doing this and I'm wanting to let people know now how sir showed you the Instagram page, अब मुझे वो पेज कैसे हैंडल करना है, सोशल मीडिया कैसे मैनेज करना है, कौन सा रील कितनी बारी जाना है, उसका बनाना कैसे है, हाउ एम आई सपोज टू रीच आउट टू पीपल विदाउट स्पेंडिंग मनी, बिकॉज आई एम स्टिल स्टार्टिंग. तो शुरुआत में तो आई डोंट वांट टू पुट इन मनी, राइट? सो आई डोंट वांट टू पुट मनी इन बूस्ट द रील्स एंड पोस्ट एंड व्हाटएवर आई एम पुटिंग. सो उसके बारे में कंटेंट कैसे लिखना है, सो एवरीथिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट. I always say it, when I'm talking to my students, it's like baking a cake. मुझे हर इंग्रेडिएंट की जरूरत है, बट मैं हर इंग्रेडिएंट को एक क्वांटिटी में नहीं ले सकती हूँ ना. तो मुझे मेरी स्पेशलाइजेशन के हिसाब से whatever flavor of cake I want, whatever type of cake I want, I will want specifics in specific quantities, but I do want all of them because that's what's going to make me a nice, delicious, fluffy cake. अब मैं अगर उस केक में बेकिंग पाउडर बेकिंग सोडा ज्यादा डाल दूंगी, इट विल बी मोर लाइक अ सोप केक rather than a nice, cake that I want to have. So this particular program is very specific, very to the point, and highly concentrating on each specialization. In this one class, not everybody becomes a designer, not everybody becomes a marketing expert, not everybody becomes a stylist or whatever else, or a visual merchandiser, or an apparel merchandiser, or a retail manager. You don't become all of that, but you pick up your specialization as per your requirement and your career goals, which of course in the beginning we sit with you and we do this exercise where we understand your goals, and then we sit and make your path to it and your learning graph. Now that is very important, because whoever is choosing whatever specialization, apart from what you learn in class, you will be given mentors. So the mentors of your specialization will be you who you can talk to, discuss, and have that conversation on everyday basis to make sure that you're going right direction and you're paving the right path for yourself. So this is what we are about now. Ye wala jo program hai, this is because there's a lot of work to be done here. There's a lot of mentoring happening. There's a lot of research happening. Of course, by the way, none of these courses will give you textbooks to read. There's no textbooks understanding. There's nothing of the sort. All you need to do is research, understand the market, do your projects, all practical, and you will have an access to WGSN, of course, because वो एक backbone है for design, for anything, for styling, कुछ भी है. तो वो उसमें जैसे सर ने कहा आप catwalks देखिए. In WGSN, you have an access to visiting every possible catwalk that's happened around the world. All the fashion weeks, the London Fashion Week, the Paris Fashion Week, all fashion weeks, even Dubai Fashion Week, so all fashion weeks are talked about उनके pictures होंगे, उनके goods and bads होंगे, what how they have done in the market hoga. So all reviews are going to be there. So if you keep reading on, your understanding of everything will become much nicer. So yeah, so this is what our course is all about. And of course, I just told you why ICF. I don't want to. And of course, yes, if you have any query or you want to get connected to us, that's the number. You can get in touch with our admission team today. And if anybody is interested in taking up admissions right away, you will have some schemes that are happening. So that I think if you talk to the team is going to let you know. I'm not here to tell you all of that. I'm only here to tell you how the course is going to be. And that's about it from us. And anybody has any questions on this, please let me know. Anyone? Okay, so I think there is no more questions. But yes, you still, if you have any questions, please feel free to call us. You have the numbers. I think, Dipti ma'am, you can just put it on the screen again. Uh, if there is anybody who can tell you, so just put it on the chat, put your numbers there. Aditya sir, you have any parting advices for these people?
I think, as you have explained as well. If you guys are really passionate about fashion and styling, definitely we will be providing you the best resources and best ideas to take this forward. And regardless of that, passion is something that you want to follow, then all the best to all of you guys. And we are here to help you guys in any way.
Okay, so there is a question. I'm sorry, there's my doggy is barking. Uh, okay, so there's a question. Sanjana is asking the course is offline or online. As of now, Sanjana, the course is online. And I don't think you can learn styling so much online. Yes, the theoretical bit, the research bit, you probably can do. But unless you are hands on to what fabrics, what drapes, what looks. So all of that, I mean, my photography, जब तक photo खींचूंगी नहीं model की under a guide, तब तक I'll not be able to. I can click pictures, and I can tell myself, oh, wonderful, very pretty picture, you know. So again, अगर आप photograph खींच रहे हैं और आप किसी के garment के लिए photo shoot कर रहे हैं, तो आपका garment hero होता है. A lot of times you see pictures being clicked by a lot of amateurs on Instagram. You'll see the pictures that they are trying to sell the garments, the designers, the upcoming designers, they will not click the pictures in a manner where the garment is being seen well. वो दिखाते हैं वो मॉडल सुंदर है, मॉडल अच्छी है, तो वो मॉडल को हाईलाइट कर रहा है. But that's, you're not doing anything with the model. Your highlight is your garment. Ultimately आपको वो बेचना है और उसको attractive दिखाना है. So all of that, an offline is always nicer. But having said that, we can get into a hybrid mode for this as well. So you can learn some bit online and then you can learn some bit offline. As of now, we are in the process of creating something like that, but we will, if you're interested on a hybrid, we'll get back on that. But if you are in Delhi, I would really suggest, if you don't have time, my suggestion would be take up the advanced diploma where you have an option of choosing a specialization. And if you're busy somewhere else, you do have time because it's only 3 hours a day and thrice a week. Gives you enough time for doing whatever else you're doing. Along with it, you can take up this program and upgrade yourself. Yeah. Anything else, Anjana? All right. Anybody else? Otherwise, Kanaya sir, is he there? Kanaya ji?
Yes, yes, ma'am. And you have very
Anything?
well explained, ma'am. So I think I cannot see any question unanswered in the chat box or in the Q&A session. So time to wind up the session now.
Brilliant. TKG, everybody, thank you very much. Once again, anything else that you want to understand, please connect with us on the numbers provided. And thank you so much, Aditya sir.
Thank you so
And
much.
we will see you soon.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Everybody, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Right. Bye bye.